Hi, so this is Mr. Nick, and I am going to show you in this video how to take a standard size piece of paper which measures 8.5 by 11 inches and cut it down to a workable square piece of paper for origami. Because in origami, most of origami, not all, but most of origami uses a square piece of paper where all sides are equal in length. You can buy origami paper like this one here, which is a little bit thinner, and it's made for origami. It tends to be just a little bit more expensive than bond paper, so if that's not an option for you, you can still use regular sheets of paper, bond paper, and just cut it to a square, and you can also cut it down to a smaller, more traditional size. So today I'm going to show you how to cut this thing down into a perfect square. I'm going to put a color background down so that you can see this a little bit better. Okay, so 8.5 by 11. We need to break down into a square. If you take the smaller size, which is 8.5 inches here, and fold it up to this longer size right here, and make sure it lines up perfectly and comes to a point over here, just like that. Then you've now matched this 8.5 inches here to this side here, where now you know where 8.5 inches ends, and you can make a mark here. I like to just go ahead and do a light line all the way down, and that is your guideline for your square. So then you would simply take this and make sure you cut off the mark, because you know that's on the outside. The better and more accurate your cut is, the more accurate your square is, the better your origami will turn out. Because especially if you're serious about it, because then you won't have these little overlapping pieces. They're not exactly squared. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way, of course, if you have it already, is to grab one of these. This is a paper cutter, and I like to cut down my sheets of paper down to a different number than 8.5, only so that I have control over the accuracy of it. So I like to go to 8 inches, cut that, but I will take advantage of the factory cut, which is exactly at 90 degrees. After doing that cut, then I will go over here and I will line it up again exactly in the same place I did the last edge. Take it to 8 and cut that, then I know I have a perfect square there as well. The advantage of using one of these paper cutters is that you can do multiple sheets at a time. Just make sure that your paper doesn't move as you're cutting.
It was at this point that my battery ran out of my mic, but basically I was saying that to make sure that you do hold on to it as you're cutting so that your cuts were accurate to 90 degrees on each corner. And there you have it. Either use a fancy schmancy paper cutter like that, or use the technique I mentioned before, which didn't require anything, not even a ruler, to get an accurate square. I hope that this tip has been helpful for you and enables you to get origami squares, which you can then create wonderful creations. Until next time, happy cutting, happy folding.